All right, I think we're live here. Nobody's on yet, but expect there to be a couple viewers. I know some folks here. The '05 boys' parents are shooting out our link, so we'll be looking for some folks to join into the broadcast. And in the meantime, I'll say good morning. It's been day 2 here in Las Vegas. Game 3 for the Real '05 boys. Yesterday was a terrific day. They got off to a great start with 2 wins. In fact, they are, if I get it correctly, 4-0 so far in their National League campaign. And today will be a tough one against Sporting KC, who I believe is also 4-0, maybe behind in goals or differential or something, but most likely the toughest task. So stay tuned for a good game, and I'll keep you posted on got much nicer conditions than yesterday. It was really windy, and there is virtually no wind right now. We're facing away from the mountains, but for the sake of everybody who's at home, that's the view. Pretty nice place here. I think we're in Henderson is the name of this town. Henderson, Nevada, just I think southeast or southwest, or put it this way, we're outside Las Vegas. Also going to try to zoom in a little more than we did yesterday on the '04 broadcast. See if we can get a little better view of the play without doing too much messing around with the camera. We are going to be looking right into the sun at that end of the field. Hopefully as the sun gets higher, it'll won't be as much a glare. I think we're in pretty good shape here, folks. And we're getting ready for the walkout. Admittedly, I'll be learning the names of these boys as we go today, so doing my best to follow the play, give credit where credit's due, and let everybody know how it's going at home. We got a viewer here, so that's a good thing. Let me know how the sound is. It should be much better than yesterday. If you listened to the game yesterday, I know I did afterwards. It was really windy, crackling. We've got no wind, and if there is any, it's likely to be at my back. So I think we should be pretty good to go. Hopefully the view works. Everybody can see what's going on. And I think with that, we are going to get lined up and started. Anthony Perdomo ready to take it on by himself and realizes that the rest of his crew is back on the touch over there. Give me a thumbs up if everybody can see this okay. All right, Carlos. Muchas gracias. All right, we are ready to start here, gang. And we are underway. And Sporting launches the ball forward, and they already have some numbers, an attacker cutting in from the outside. Real steps off, pushes the ball wide, and after a couple of touches, the ball bounces out for a Real throw. So first action of play is really going to be see if Real can get some sort of building play out of the back, throw in, touched out, and now we'll see Sporting with a throw on their right side, just outside the offensive third. A number 9 appears to be wearing number 9, coincidentally, comes back for the ball and turns and faces a Real defender who clears out, and I think that's Jake who's going to press Sporting, bring the ball all the way back to their goalkeeper, who looks comfortable with it at his feet and plays the ball to about midfield, where Mason wins a header, finds Perdomo, who finds a runner. The Sporting defender plays it off, but Real keeps possession. Ball back to Angeloni, who takes a step through, and Sporting slides to knock Angeloni's through ball out of bounds. A Real throw. The glare's difficult here, so it's hard to tell. So bear with me here. I'm going to take a zoom out a little bit. And in that, we've got a Real foul. Sporting's first free kick. The ball is on the near side. Malachi steps in and knocks it out of bounds.
Let's talk, White. Let's talk.
Looks like maybe we've got some player rotation, boys switching sides. Sporting's going to take their time on this throw in, looking for something perfect. It's not on. Real's got their marks covered. I think the ref might give them a whistle, but no, they get the ball in, and they go backwards with it. Back to the right back. The center backs are knocking it around a little bit and launched it forward. Real brings it down. It's still being knocked around. And we had a offside call. Looked like Jake might have got caught on the Sporting step forward. The backs read the ball through, stepped forward, and got that step on Jake and left him offside. And the referee is asking for Sporting to knock the ball still before playing it. Particular. But here we are, ball's in play again. Out to the left wing. And that's Johnny Field, who gets a good clear, and that ball's to the wing. And Perdomo's going to chase, and that's an errant ball back from the Sporting left back into a dangerous spot, but the goalkeeper plays it out pretty confidently. They've been in this situation before. They know they've got numbers. They're spread wide. And now they're getting the ball in transition here. Looks like they've got a 3-on-2. And we've got some parents blocking the way here. So I'm going to move forward just a little bit so we can capture the play. Real throw. Perdomo knocks it forward to the striker, Jake, who touches it out of bounds. Another Sporting throw. Sporting plays the ball wide to the right side, and they're going to give that a go. They've spent most of the time in the back and down the left since that opening possession, and now they're going to get back to the right side and see what comes of this. Sorry, we're still getting the camera set up right here. And Real pushes it forward. They're getting the ball into the KC or Sporting. I think it's Sporting KC. They're getting the ball into the Sporting back line, and Sporting is clearing the ball out. A couple of those so far, but there've definitely been some chances. Knocked that one out of bounds. Real throw. Real throw ends up getting back and forth. More or less a game of tennis right now. Nice turn by Sporting player. Attacking. The runner is on. Brandon gets out there and clears what would have been a dangerous ball out of play. And Real is now set. They've got their marks. A little communicating here on who's going where. What are you supposed to do?
Okay, Mace.
Little pokes. Mason gets the ball cleared. Nice little touch by Jacob, and Perdomo's got a long run, but it is him, some chasers, and a goalkeeper, and a shot, and a save, and a rebound, and a goal. Real! They put it in. Well done, guys.
Perfect cross pass.
Excellent work.
Intended to.
It was lovely, and I think the Real boys earned that. They've been testing that back line, had several balls up to the Real strikers. Up to this point, the Sporting defenders had been able to handle it, but not that one. So here we go. It's 1-0 Real. That's a great start. We're about 8 minutes in. I think we're going 25-minute halves in these games. They're shortened games because of the updated format, which is the result of that ball does get out of bounds. We've got a linesman over here and a whole bunch of parents making sure the ref saw it, who didn't see it right away. There's that ref. He's going to wave to me. Do something. There we go. Say hello. Anyway, this format, because of the games in North Carolina that got canceled, basically these guys are all in. That's going to be a Kansas City throw. So all these games that were canceled in North Carolina, 2 of them are basically pressed into a condensed schedule of 5 short games, 25-minute halves, which is a tough game length to play. Boys, they're used to a certain amount of time. That's a ball played from Perdomo through that just caught Matt Conger and bounced down, and Sporting takes possession here. But the point is, to score 8 minutes in here relieves a lot of pressure because these games are going to be short, and it's great to have a jump start. Now they can play a little relaxed and feel like they've already got their lead. Kansas City is getting right back into their pattern of swinging the ball around the back, look for runners, and there is a good run. Number 10 steps through, and number 10's holding the ball. He finds a cross. He does not find his teammate, but Sporting is still with possession, still dancing around. And a Real player steps in, pokes the ball out away from trouble, and Sporting keeps possession and is still looking to re-enter the attacking third, but they're doing it patiently, like a team who's been here before. Drives forward, and Matt Conger steps in for, a steal, dispossesses the Real player, and then just that quickly, with 2 touches, Real puts the ball back to Kansas City, who just dumps it in. And there's no danger at all. And our goalkeeper picks it up. He's looking for everybody to move forward, signaling that he's going to punt, which he does. And Real striker got knocked over there, probably just lost some balance, but the bottom line is the ball's deep, and Sporting just plays it long and wide right over our heads here. So we got a Real throw on this near side, and it's looking long. And Sporting now heads it out, giving us another throw. Hope everybody can see this okay. Hope you can hear me okay. We're having a deep throw, some chasing. Sporting goalkeeper out, plays it comfortably to a defensive midfielder or a back who puts a big switch in. Outside back brings it down, but loses control, and Real cannot pick up the free ball. Sporting does play it forward and eventually passes it to a Real defender. He pushes the through ball in, and Sporting knocks it out of bounds. So it's a Real throw on the far side here. Sporting's knocking the ball around. And it's a nice move through. Sporting has a couple of players in the attack. Looks like 3 or 4. Number 10's deep. in a 1v1 situation, looking for his help. He gets the ball to the end line and gets across that Real clears out nicely. So we got a Sporting throw, ball's in play that we are kind of obstructed, and we've got a goal kick and some substitutions. So we'll see what's going on over here. So we've got a Real sub coming in. Okay, I'm pretty sure we've got unlimited substitution here. Next year, these guys will be faced with some rules around substitutions. Once you exit the game in a half, you can't re-enter at the U15 bracket, but pretty sure these guys are not subject to that rule. That's a good defensive step, which was broke up a nice play. Sporting's got a ball here. Looks like they're getting forward. Dancing around the Real defenders. The ball is deep in the wing here. Sporting set up. And unluckily, number 12 gets knocked over by the ball, but he keeps possession and he's in a dangerous spot. The ball's across and there's Real again to clear it away. I think that's Brendan Burkhart holding down the fort in the middle. So we've got a corner. So we've got a Sporting corner. The ball's in, get an eye on it, and a big flying header. And that ball is clear, but not completely out. And then the second clearance is out. And we've got a sprint down to, and I lost the play, but we've got it back here. And Jacob does a nice job of getting to the ball, forcing a turnover, forcing a 1v1, and taking it all the way in, and his shot goes high. He had some players across the goal mouth, and knowing the way these guys play, most likely what he was going for, and he just had a pop up, a bounce a ball or something that forced it to go high. But that's all right. The Real boys are looking to win the pressure back here. Matty Conger just stepped in and fouled a player, looking to win the possession back. So now we've got a free kick Sporting in their third. Some substitutions are lining up. Oops. All right, so I think number 2 is Jason. 11 is Anthony. Number 6, Matt Conger. Number 23, Mason. Number 8, Bub, I believe. Another Mason here, number 10. Angeloni in the back left. Sporting steps through with the ball. Cannot keep possession of it. And Brandon Burkhart pokes it away. And bouncing back and forth here. Matt Conger puts a ball, and Perdomo puts on the jets, and it's a foot race to keep that in. And all that pressure forces the Sporting player to knock it out of bounds. So we've got a Real throw deep in their offensive third. Plays it back to Mason here, who's slow to move on it and gets the ball away, but not under the pressure, not exactly where he wanted it to go, certainly not the way he wanted it, but that's okay. Real keeps it, and an inerrant one-touch sails it out of bounds, so it's a Sporting throw and another substitution. So a couple players shifting spots here. So Angeloni gets a breather. Malachi to the left back. Matt Quinn comes on. And here's a Sporting throw to the new sub. Quinney gets to the ball. He's battling back, battling into position. Sporting's got some runners. Brendan Burkhart forces the player deep. gets a weak cross in, and it's knocked out but not cleared. And Sporting lines up a shot and pulls it short of the near post. Definitely a hard shot. Definitely, if it were in a better spot, would have challenged our goalkeeper a little bit. But it missed the mark, and we've got a Real goal kick coming out. So we got a beautiful day here in Las Vegas. Hopefully it remains this way. Like I mentioned, it was bitter cold yesterday. But the sun's out. There's no wind. Great soccer conditions. And so far, a pretty good game. Back and forth. Two really good teams vying for the top spot in this group. Ref calls play on there. Didn't see a foul. I guess there was enough ball. Sporting has number 11, their left back, stepping forward, and he's got help wide, and there's the runner. Can he get it in? Ball's in, and a punch wide, and another punch, and Sporting knocks it in. That ball's bouncing around there. That was a good move by Sporting. You could see it develop here. And the Sporting players were desperate for a goal, and you could tell they were ready for that cross to come in. A difficult cross to handle by the goalkeeper, and Sporting players knocked it back into the center where it was dangerous, and I think it was number 7 knocked it into the goal. So here we've got a 1-1 tie. Real takes the kickoff. Looks like they've got some possession and still looking to play through balls. They've got runners who are ready to run and have demonstrated the speed and ability to get past their backs, the Sporting backs that is. So we'll see if that strategy continues here. In the meantime, Sporting is winning possession, and they've got another move going forward. A big shot, and that is a goal. That is a big shot. That is a tough turnaround right now. Really difficult for Real. They're going to have to get themselves together. It's been a tough minute, but you can see their number 10 was wide open. He was about 24 or 5 yards out, and there was no question about the fact he was ready to take the shot and ripped it. Probably through a couple of Real players, left our goalkeeper just standing. Low shot, one bouncer to the corner, really tough to stop. So see if Real can get themselves together here and regain some of that composure and regain some attacking play. Right now, they're just knocking the ball deep and looking for a second ball, but Sporting has it under control. They play the ball through the center mid, center back, wide to the right wing, and that comes in really hot. Probably sailing out of bounds, but at the last minute touched by a Real player. So we've got a Sporting throw on the far side, right of the Real players bench. So again, it's 2-1 Sporting. We've got about 20 minutes into the game. Hello to the 5 viewers out there watching, and hello to everybody else who's watching the replay sometime. Maybe tomorrow or later this week. So we've got Sporting's throw up and over the head of the Real players, but bouncing around, it pops up and catches Matt Conger on the shoulder. Ref saw it, called it, and now we've got another free kick. Sporting looks like they know what they want to do. Players waving in attackers to get at the 18. So this is a dangerous ball. Ball's in, it's high, it's in a bad spot for Real. But Sporting can't quite bring the touchdown, and Real clears it, but it's not completely out. And here comes Sporting again in an area where they were dangerous. Real looks organized, and there's another shot. Number 10 gets off. He's going to be shooting from there pretty much from here on out. Testing our goalkeepers, testing our defense. Punt comes out to Anthony. Touch gets away from a little tiny bit. Matt Quinn intercepts the ball, plays the ball, and now we've got a Real move. Number 4 plays the ball forward, looking to a Matt Conger streaking down the wing, but it flies out of bounds, so we've got a Sporting throw. Sun's difficult on this side, folks. I'm not sure what you can see. I can't see a heck of a lot. We've got some substitutions. Everybody's ready. And here comes the throw. He's feinting long and goes short. Playing 2v2. Gonna bring the ball around the back. Sporting's gonna find some numbers up on the far side, and there's a long ball, well received, and they've got to move down the right wing. Brandon Burkhart's there to knock it down, disrupt the Sporting attack, and now we've got a Real throw. And just a couple minutes to go in this half. Oh, there's a turnover. That's a ball we want back, because there comes a through ball, but too far for the Sporting striker to get anything on. Real goalkeeper picks it up, waving his players forward, and punts the ball out. It is not under control yet. Knocked around. Sporting does gather it and get it under control. They're looking for runners in tight areas. And we've got a Real throw as the ball bounces out. And a substitution there. And a long throw that Sporting plays. Finds a diagonal. The back finds a diagonal to a midfielder who retains possession to a back. He's looking forward, and there's the runner, and there's the ball. John Thiel picks it up, finds Mason, and his touch is off, so he can't pull it in. But wonderful job of shielding, and Anthony Perdomo has a run, but touches get away from him, and the Sporting center back picks up the ball and finds his outlet pass. Sporting's down the right side again. Zooming in a little bit there, might as well see if we can get a better view of things. And we either had a foul throw or something like it, because now that throw-in is going to be reversed and it's a Real throw. Real looks long. They're looking for the breakout run, and it seems like Sporting is on to that move. The Sporting defender interfered with Anthony's run, and the covering back picked it up. So now it's a Sporting ball forward, a long ball that Real intercept but cannot take control of and cannot clear until now. Just when you think they've got some possession, they can't seem to get their 2 or 3 passes together to get the ball into some space. And at the same time, here comes Sporting, and they're in a dangerous spot with dangerous players getting forward, looking for numbers up. And we've got a nice little give and go move, and he's looking for a through pass. He doesn't find it. A nice slide and a touch away leaves him swinging wildly at a ball and missing. So now Real's got to move. The outlet ball does not get where it needs to go, and here comes Sporting again. But it's very tight, back and forth. Nice little turn by Real, but he's going into 4 defensive players, and one of the Sporting players comes out with the ball. And John Thiel steps up and puts in a terrific tackle, disrupts that whole play. So the defending here on both sides has been really good, but for the 3 goals. So let's take those 3 goals out of the mix, and we've got good steps, plenty of opportunities going both ways, giving you the sense that Real's definitely going to have some more chances. But then again, so will Sporting. So we'll see which defense can hold true at the end of this first half. And into the second, there's a good ball across, and Sporting in a very good position, really dangerous. The ball's cleared but not out, and that is going to be a penalty, and that is a really unfortunate at the end of the half here. I don't know if everybody saw that one, but I'm zoomed in okay. Hopefully you saw it. I might not have gotten the viewfinder over, but anyway, we had a trip on a ball that did not get cleared out. Sporting player was in a spot to pick it up onside. So much for my keen defending comments. That was definitely a mess right there defensively. I think Real would like to take that 30 seconds back. Now maybe we've got some officials having a discussion about whether or not the player was actually onside. And looks like they've confirmed. Maybe they were just instructions about the penalty and what each responsibility is. So we've got an opportunity here, and the Sporting player steps up, slows his approach, gets the keeper going the wrong way, and just slides it in. That's unfortunate because we don't have much time left on this in this half. It would have been a very good way to end the half, 2-1. And there's the half, and that is a tough way for it to end. So we've got a 3-1 Sporting lead. Probably not a 3-1 game. Definitely not a 3-1 game. But for everybody watching, I'm going to sign off now and be back in just a couple minutes for the second half. Thanks.